Morning, folks. How are we doing? Hello to the guys here early: Patriotic Cat, Rinse Jester, Decision, and Parsons, Lisa, and Sad Dog. How are we all doing, guys? Kind of an impromptu stream here. I don't know. I was planning on. Sorry, I'm sucking on a lozenge here at the same time, so you probably just hear that every once in a while. But I was planning on doing like a recording tonight, maybe, because Chantel had put out a new video. I was tempted to do that, but then I saw Crunchyroll had they were pretty much just finishing their announcement live stream for the Anime Awards. So I thought, why not? We'll go through it together. I will do like a proper boogie and go through something and just be like, I haven't watched that. Oh, I don't know what that is. And just like that over and over and over again. Hello, Alcigate, and hello, Fall Jai. How are you? Crunchyroll. Yeah, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I know there's drama surrounding Crunchyroll, but I don't really know what it is. I never really followed that kind of drama, so I don't know. But I know people being like, "Oh, Crunchyroll's terrible. You should pirate off Crunchyroll and all." I haven't looked into it, but yeah, I'm sure there's probably just reasons for it. That anime looks cool. 10 out of 10. Boogie. That is more or less how this is going to go. Decision. Hey, sleepy mate. How are you? Hope your day is going to be a bit better than it was last time. Have you watched Tokyo Revengers? I have not watched Tokyo Revengers. I think second season's out, isn't it? Or in the Christmas special, I guess. A wee bit late, but so no, I haven't watched it. I don't even really think I've heard anything about it. I'd heard about it, and then there's a new anime that came out this season that was just called like Revengers, I believe. Cookie's latest. I have Lisa. I have. I saw that his suspicious pipe. Yeah, I saw that, and I heard he's deleted the VOD off it as well. Even though he came out and claimed that it was all perfectly legal and everything. So yeah. I'm surprised My Hero doesn't make some list. I'm sure My Hero's will make some list. So yeah, just I know one of them because when I joined the stream with them announcing it, the last one they talked about was Anime of the Year. So I seen what the contenders are for Anime of the Year. Haven't looked at any of the rest of them. But which one have they got a best boy and best girl like they usually do? No, do they not? That's weird. Usually they have like a best boy and a best girl category. They just now have best main and best supporting, which is weird. Must protect character at all costs. Well, I already know who's going to win that one. That's going to be Spy Family. It's going to be Anya from Spy Family, isn't it? So yeah, I'm sure. Hey Heat, how are you, mate? So I'm surprised because My Hero pretty much always gets in for the best boy and best girl category. I'm assuming it's probably going to have something in the best main or best supporting category. But yeah, like I said, I only know Anime of the Year so far. It's the only one I've seen. So my intention is we'll go through it. Kind of talk about the ones I know, which probably isn't a huge number of them, somewhat briefly, and then go into which ones I think should win. Bochi the Rock, I've seen a lot of memes about it. I haven't actually watched it yet. It's on my list to catch up with. Is Ram the one half up for something? My anime knowledge might be a wee bit old, Rinse Chester. It might be as old as my anime knowledge for how recently I've actually watched anime. I haven't been super into anime recently. That's why I decided I wanted to go for that. I've talked about it a few times where I want to do like reviewing the first two anime of episodes of every new anime this season and do that as a wee video. I am nearly done. nearly done watching all of them. I think I have, I don't know, a couple more to go. Maybe like 10 more to go, I think it is. And then I've got pretty much scripted for all the ones I already have seen. And then I'll just put it together in a video. So hopefully that works out well for me. Nagatoro wasn't particularly bad. I wouldn't say that. Uzaki and Senko. I'm trying to think because I haven't watched the anime for Nagatoro. I've read the manga for it. Uzaki's anime was alright. I never watched the Senko one. My Hero, the best anime all the time and the best fan base. I actually never really had any bad dealings with the My Hero Academia fan base. I really liked it. I watched like the first 4 seasons, I think it is. I think we're on like season 6 or something like that now. So your dog fell off the couch whilst you see. Aw, poor dog. Is it a wee small dog? Sea Princess in the Demon Castle? I have no idea. Not for Anime of the Year. So we'll get something up here first. We'll go for Anime of the Year. So Anime of the Year. The contenders are Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Entertainment District Arc, Lycoris Recoil, Ranking of the Kings Core 2, randomly, and Spy Family. So, those are the 6 for it. I have seen 3 out of them. I've seen Attack on Titan, I've seen Cyberpunk, and Ranking of Kings. I am with you there, Sleepy. Attack on Titan, I am not at all fussed with. Attack on Titan, it does nothing for me. I remember I watched this first season when it first came out, and I was like, this is okay. And that was about the best I got from it. I was just entirely like, it is just okay. It didn't really ever connect with me. Not long ago, I think it was when the final season was announced, I was like, I'll get ready for the final season coming out, because I foolishly thought they were just going to do it all in one go, and I could just sit down and plow through it. I watched the 2nd and 3rd season. Those are better. They're not amazing still. And then I Attack on Titan final season. The ending of it is magic. Out of these ones, though, I'm not sure what you guys have all watched. For me, it's Cyberpunk. I absolutely love Cyberpunk. I thought it was fantastic. Where's One Piece? One Piece will, when it finally finishes, it'll win all the awards of the year when it finally finishes. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is fantastic. Really, really good. Really enjoyed it. Ranking of the Kings is very, very good as well. I watched it, I think it was back when it first came out, because I think it was a VTuber I watched, it was Watami, was like doing like a read-along for the manga, and I decided to pick it up because she was really big into it. Ranking of the Kings is really, really good. For anyone who's interested in like representation or anything like that, it features like a deaf character as the main character, but he's like ridiculously overpowered. It's just kind of fun, interesting story. Kind of towards the end of it, kind of messes up a wee bit, but I would highly recommend it for anyone who hasn't actually done it. Never watched Cyberpunk, but you heard nothing but good things about it. Cyberpunk is really, really good. I only ever watched the sub of it, but apparently it actually has a really, really good dub as well. Team War Super makes any list. I'm afraid I should have become so overrated. I never finished Super. I think I got like, I have no idea how far into it, because I don't even know how long it is anymore. I got to Goku Black. I think it was Goku Black, or is he just called Black? I got to that because I remember all the memes about like blacks killing people or something like that. So I remember seeing that. So, by the way, this isn't going to be like a super long stream. This is just kind of me like just chatting about stuff whilst I quickly look through the list myself. Because like I said, first time I thought I might as well do a wee live stream whilst I go through it the first time myself. So yeah, Cyberpunk, that'll get my vote for this one. So I guess next one we'll go for Best Original Anime. God, I'm not going to do well here. I haven't heard of... Jeez, I haven't even heard of half of these. Like I said, I'm just doing a boogie here. Just start at 53. Suzume? What's Suzume? Am I going to watch Suzume? I haven't actually even heard of Suzume. Suzume anime. Is that this season? Oh, Suzume, it's the new Makoto Shinkai movie. Oh yeah, 100%. I like Makoto Shinkai stuff a lot. I just didn't even know. Rinchester's it's not gonna be that long. Hopefully not. It might just crash. That's the thing. I haven't even like original anime. I haven't even heard. Like I like 3 Hertz's work usually. 3 Hertz only does like interesting anime. The one I'd probably go for just out of seeing anything about it is Lycoris Recoil. I've seen a lot of clips from it. It looks a lot of fun. It is on my list to watch. But apart from that, yeah, 3 Hertz. I'll probably end up watching Healer Girl just because I like 3 Hertz's other work. But Jesus, that's it. I feel like I'm doing bad already, guys. Like, you know, we've already got to one thing where I'm like, I haven't watched any of that shit. I have to keep an eye on to see how quickly I get demonetized as well. I forgot to do my other fun thing I now do every stream, where it's just a wait to see how long it is until I get demonetized on these. Let's see, because I think that's I think that was my first swear word. Yes, I'm already demonetized. God damn it, you. God damn it. Best character design. Okay, so Spy Family, Demon Thing, Dress Up Darling, JoJo. I'm going to probably upset people by saying I haven't. Good, have you watched Girls in Panza yet? I watched some of the Girls in Panza. I haven't watched the finale. It's like watching the Boogie's Worst Games. Yes, it is. It is. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I haven't watched all these. I just wanted to do a live react to it because, like, why not? I wasn't doing anything. It's late enough here, and I was not asleep yet, so screw it. JoJo. See, I know everyone loves JoJo. I started watching the first season of it, and it was absolutely fine so far. But it hasn't caught me. It's not like the best thing ever. For me, I don't know. I just kind of want to go for Cyberpunk as well, just because it's great. The character designs in Demon Slayer, I just think are okay. I was never blown away by them. I don't think they're the greatest things in the entire world. I think if it didn't have such smooth fight animation, I don't think people would give like any amount of shit about Demon Slayer. None of the character designs in Ranking of Kings was overly amazing. Weird. I'm curious what is this just like a is it just a video for like the options? It's like it's not even like the Oscars, you're not even showing clips from it. You just like, here's the still frame that's already there. It's like, oh, cool, thanks for that. That really helped me out a lot there in picking my fucking choice. The way they handled part 6 really disappointed me, as they do the steel ball run. Don't even bother making it. No idea whatsoever. I nowhere near that far into JoJo. I've seen the memes off it, the awkward English, and that's the best I get. I'm gonna keep watching. Definitely is up overhyped. Yeah, no, 100%. I'm sure JoJo is worth it. If enough people are constantly talking about it and constantly memeing it, and it has gone, what are we now, like 6-7 seasons in, then it's going to be fairly good. It's like Gintama. I started watching Gintama a while ago, and I never got really far into it, but I did enjoy it, and it's one I'd like to, but it's one of those ones where if I didn't start watching something at the time it came out, it's really hard for me to sit down and go like, do you know what, I'm going to dedicate 300 episodes to something, So that's probably not going to happen. Best animation next then. I thought it was just Akiba's sailor uniform. I just thought they were just talking about, it's like, oh, her sailor uniform is very well animated. Attack on Titan, I probably should be going through and saying what I think will win this as well. Probably should have done it. Of course, Recall will win that. Best character design. I can't even remember what the fuck was there. I just imagine it's going to be, I don't know, probably Demon Slayer, just because it's the most recognizable one. I think that's going to be the one that's going to win character design, just because fan favorite. A lot of people have issued the Crunchyroll awards because it's kind of like recency bias for a lot of people. And it is just purely a popularity contest. I don't think anyone actually comes away from this going like, you know what? That really represented what, truly is the best anime. People come across going, okay, well, that was the most popular series. It's why Attack on Titan, even though I barely have heard anyone really talk about the final season, because it was kind of a train wreck, and I don't think really anyone super loved it, that wasn't already super invested in the show. It is going to win because it's already popular enough. Best animation, for me, it would probably be Cyberpunk again. I think I love how Trigger animates things. It was why I was so excited for Cyberpunk. Trigger they're explosive with their animation style. They know when it's silly. They know when it's over the top. They know when it to be fun. So Cyberpunk, it really suited for it. It's suitably bloody and over the top and dumb and fantastic. So Cyberpunk would win for me. Ranking of the Kings had some very good animation, but it's too cartoony. I don't think it really has a chance to win this, because people will just look at it and go like, "Oh, the character designs are kind of weird. It's a bit too goofy. It's a bit too silly." The final season of it's still not over. Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought it was. I thought part 2 was the last bit. Oh Christ, that's bad. Have they not got to the proper ending then? I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't read the manga, but it's fantastic. Oh, amazing! I cannot wait. I think it's gonna. My pick is gonna be Cyberpunk. I think it will probably best animation. It'll be a toss up between Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, because they're like, the Attack on Titan's a big one. I think it wins pretty much all the time, and Demon Slayer is the hot new thing. So it shouldn't be nominated for anything. Nothing yet. No. Best new series. Okay. Call of the Night, of course, Recoil, Spy Family, your boy Con Ming even. My Dress of Darling, Cyberpunk. Call of the Night made a reasonable splash, but it's only because everyone wanted to sleep with the waifu character off it. It was the girl who looks like, Toki, whatever the fuck her name was, from My Hero Academia. I always got them confused anytime I ever saw someone posting a picture of the series. I just thought it was from the new My Hero Academia one I haven't watched yet. Of course, Recoil, very popular. Don't think I will get it. Spy Family, that's a hot contender. Your boy Kun Ming, good, it's fun, but I think people only really know it for the opening, you know? There has to be 2 episodes. Sleepy. Maybe they'll make a movie. Maybe they'll finish it on a movie. Maybe they'll finish it on like a big OVA or something like that. I don't know. They like to milk it for as much as possible, especially now that Mappa has a license, because Wit has gone on to do other things that actually people care about now. Like half of Dress Up Darling, I think that's the same for like all those kind of shows. It's like there's only one bit of them that's ever actually fun, and generally the rest of it is shite. Best new series, I think I'll probably go to Cyberpunk just because Cyberpunk is so incredibly popular, but Spy Family might take it. Your boy coming doesn't have a chance. My Dress Up Darling, yeah, it's popular, but I don't think it'll have a chance. Call of the Night, I think people already forgot about it. You know, it was really popular when it came out. Mappa's doing season 3 of One Punch Man. Yes, they are. Who did season 2? God, I can't remember. Who did season 2? Was it JC Staff did season 2, I think? To be fair, honestly, I think the fan service is the only reason anyone knows My Dress Up Darling even exists, you know? So, of course, Recoil, I think people kind of forgot about since it's, you know, it's past seasons, you know, it's been replaced by other top meme things that people can talk about. JC Staff, One Punch Man Season 2 I thought was fine. Like, animation quality obviously wasn't nearly as good as Mad, but whatever, you know? Madhouse is just... The original One Punch Man is great. Like, I'd go back and watch it, you know, a couple more times still, because I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't ever feel the need to watch Season 2 again. Even though it's more character and story-based, which is what I like, but it just didn't work. Best new series. So best continuing series. And One Punch Man might be... Not One Punch Man, One Piece. Yeah, there you go. There's One Piece for you. New One Piece will probably pop up in this one. Attack on Titan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Made in Abyss, The Golden City of Scorching Sun. I don't know why you have the extra subtitle when you didn't give any of the rest the extra subtitle, but okay. Demon Slayer, Kaguya-sama, and One Piece. I kind of feel like people will just give this to One Piece because it's probably going to be like the only thing One Piece is... Oh, no. Is there... No, this is best character design already passed, because I thought people might have put the what is it, the girl from the One Piece movie that everyone was like memeing about. I haven't watched One Piece in a very long time. I'm kind of like, I'll just wait till it's over. I've read the manga for a while, so I'll probably just read up to the end of the manga, and that'll be me. Where's Goku? I know, I'm so disappointed. He still has the best character design. Best continuing series. I think, like I said, I think I'll go to One Piece just because it's One Piece. Kaguya-sama, for a while, took the top spot. I think it's not the top spot anymore, but it's the top spot on my anime list, so maybe it might have a chance. JoJo, I don't think I'll have a chance. Attack on Titan, possibly, but nah. I think it'll probably be between... I don't even know. Pretty much any of these three. Made in Abyss. It came back, and I don't think anyone talked about it. You know, One Piece is going on for pretty much. I don't even know what there 1,000 episodes now, something like that, maybe. Yeah, I'd rather just read the manga because I can just plow through it a lot quicker than if I went through and individually like watched every episode, even at 2x speed. Fall Guy, say it with me, everyone. Plus Ultra. Thank you very much for the super chat, my dude. I like Plus Ultra. I think it's a cool wee catchphrase. When Endeavor said Plus Ultra, I was like, you're all right with me now. You're all right with me now. So yeah, I think One Piece is probably going to get it. Like I said, Made in Abyss. It came back and no one talked about it. You know, it was kind of sad because I really, really liked Made in Abyss. But yeah, no one talked about it after that. For me, God, I don't know, because I'm like I like Made in Abyss a lot. But I haven't watched the second season of it yet, or any of the movies that came out. I just really liked the first season. I'd give it to Kaguya. Kaguya's fun. It's good. I enjoy Kaguya. So, yeah, I'd probably give it to Kaguya over any of them. Demon Slayer, I just wasn't even interested enough to go and watch the second season of it. And Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is just waiting to die at this point. Best opening sequence. I already know which one I want to pick. The Naked Hero. That's the first season, isn't it? Let me check. Sorry, I got a boomer here and go and check, because I think Naked Hero is the first opening for Ranking of King, and if it is, I'm not as fussed on it because the second opening for Ranking of Kings is really good. Ranking of Kings. Oh, Naked Hero's the second one. Oh, that might... Oh, god damn it. That makes my choice a wee bit harder. Because Cheeky Cheeky Bam Bam is fantastic. If anyone does like VTubing or anything like that, Watame, Botan, Pekora, and Mio recently did a rendition of Cheeky Cheeky Bam Bam, which is great because I like all four of them. So I'd recommend that. It's a really good song and they perform it really well. And it's a lot of fun to see them do it. This fire, the actual opening for Cyberpunk did nothing for me. Mixed Nuts, that was okay. Rumbling, I don't like it. I don't like most of the Attack on Titan openings. The first one came in too hard, too good, and then ever since then, like I know a lot of people really like the second one, and the second one's solid, like, but it's not as good as the first one in my opinion. I haven't even seen that one anywhere. I honestly just think it's there because, like, as people notice, like, it's just like, okay, well, you know, what is it? Five of these 6 are in the best anime contenders. Because people just say, oh yeah, it was best anime, so it has the best opening, even if it doesn't really have it. Vinland Saga, I haven't watched Vinland Saga. I don't know, I saw a lot of people said it's really good. The mythology, Vikings, all that malarkey, yeah, it looks solid, but it's not really my bag. I'm not really super fussed on it, so I haven't watched it. I go for Naked Hero. Naked Hero, the opening, the second opening, the first opening is alright, like, but the second opening for Ranking of Kings is fantastic. Even the story they tell throughout the opening, there's a bit where they're kind of like the main character's kind of like falling off a cliff, and it suddenly goes dark. But if you pause it really quickly, you see it's actually something else is happening in the background. Don't want to spoil for you, but it really ties in with the story. Really, really good. Really, really good. It features one of my favorite characters throughout it a lot. Highly recommend Ranking of Kings, just in general. It's a lot of fun, but you just have to get over the cartoony graphics. And Pros D, who I was talking about in my last stream, he actually voiced Kaga. I think it's called Kag. Fuck, I haven't seen it in a while now. The wee Shadow guy, he voices him in the English dub, and he seems to do like a fine enough job. But yeah, Sleep, you know, 100%. I'll stay. It's on the list. I've got a lot of stuff on my list. What makes it like Sims at this point? It'll never end. Yeah, they kind of be milking for a while, but from what I've heard for like a lot of shonen anime, they're encouraged to keep it going forever and ever. It's not really a great thing. Best opening sequence, I just think the Rumbling will get it because, like I said, Attack on Titan had a really great first opening. Second opening was pretty good too, but not as good. And then ever since then, everyone just considers, you know, all good, you know? This is the opposite stream where you'll randomly go off on boogie tangents instead of going off on anime tangents, VTuber tangents. Kinda, yeah. That's kind of what's going to happen with this. That's why I tried to advertise it as hard as possible. Be like, this is like a Weeb stream. Don't show up expecting Boogie, because I'm not going to be talking about Boogie. I want to talk about Weeb stuff for this one here. So I wanted to come in hard and just set people up, you know, not to come in and be disappointed. Mob Psycho 100 is one of my favorite animes. I have not yet watched the third season of it. The first and second are, I think, both 10 out of 10s for me. Absolutely love it. I think one is an incredible... he's not a great artist, you know, but like I think he's an incredible storyteller, especially in ways of telling stories about like overpowered heroes in like really endearing ways. And you know, obviously One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100. I know I need to watch the third. I fully intend to. I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't, because I only really got back into anime heavily like this season, and that's me being like I want to get back into it. I've really dropped out of it. He improved compared to One Punch Man webcomic. Oh yeah, 100%, because I know Mob Psycho was more based on his own art style than, you know, obviously One Punch Man was redrawn by the guy Face Shield, so I know this one is a lot closer, and it's animated by Bones as well, I think. I can't entirely remember, but it's so well animated, and it really works with the cartoony style. Haven't watched Crunchyroll or anime for the last few years while doing my degree. Please tell me everything I've missed. Thank you. Mark, I wish I could, because I have not watched anime too much in the past 3 years myself. So yes, I'm trying to catch up myself. Hopefully, this little thing I've done where I'm trying to watch the first 2 episodes of every new anime this season will encourage me to get back. Because I'm going to do a video on it. I don't expect it's going to do particularly well, because it's like, it doesn't really fit with the rest of my channel, you know, for what I usually talk about. But I'm enjoying doing it. I'm enjoying watching it and doing a little wee script where I talk about each anime for about 2 to 3 minutes each. Just try and quickly condense my thoughts down to it and blast it out, and then that should be fun. You know, I'm hoping to enjoy it. Could be good content for shorts. I think it'll be too long for shorts, but I'll probably just make one video that's cut up in chapters so people can just check out every single thing. Maybe I should try and do it for shorts. Maybe I should try and make it like super short. There's one anime. Where is it? It's Nekomoni Tachi. What the hell is it called? Nekomoni Tachi. I only just watched it. Alright, Nekomoni Tachi no Yori. Yoru, even. I watched it, and like my opening part of like the script is something stupid, like little orphan girl gets preyed on by priest, furry, and lolicon enjoyer. The end. It's something like really short and sweet like that, and then I kind of go into it a wee bit more. But it's very accurate to the show. It's very accurate to the show. My intention was I was going to go through the list quickly, do the anime list, and then I was going to quickly just go through and do like just quickly mention which of these anime I've watched so far, because I've only got like, not too many of them left to watch. You just need to get the right amount of buzz so you can go into speed. Yes, that's it. I should drink. I don't know what I should do. I should have a whole bunch of Jägermeister and hopefully not get ungodly drunk like I did last time, and then do like a quick like 30-second drunk review of every anime I watched that I remember. Is that War? Yes, yeah, Sleepy. I saw that. I think it was Wing Tings has put out a video on, and I saw it. And I was just like, God, this is the lamest shit I've ever seen. Troll Civil Wars is so lame. That's like a Foodie Beauty. The Foodie Beauties community, that's all it is right now. It is constantly people fighting with each other. Especially, like, are you in the FFG camp, or are you in the underground Nest camp, or whatever the fuck it is, you know? It's all over the place, and I'm just like, nah, I don't care. I don't do trolling, fighting troll civil wars. I'm here for fun, and that all stuff is lame. It's like, you're not a real troll. It's like, what is a real troll? Like, is there accreditation or something like that? Accreditation? Is that what it's, how you pronounce it? To be a troll, do you have to get a doctorate in trollonomics or something like that? I think that's lame. Everyone's cooking anime like Food Wars or Restaurant from Another World or Izakaya Nobu. What was the last? I think the last like thing that featured a lot of cooking, because I watched a couple cooking ones, but they're like weird ones. There's one I cannot remember what it was called. It began with a W, and it was like some office woman after work every day went to a different place and had a different meal, and they kind of talked about how you prepare the food and what alcoholic beverage to have with it. How many do pistol wings? Yeah, that's CBS. I saw that. Yeah, like because it came down to like some of Winx' trolls want him totally deplatformed, and some of them are working with him, and it's just kind of like, bro, you know. I'm also not really. I also find it weird if you want the person you're like watching to be deplatformed, unless you think they're like a really bad person. But like I don't think Wings is like such a bad person. It's like we need to get him deplatformed, but you guys do you, you know? Is it associates? Ah, that's it. Sorry, like that's what I don't have that. I don't have that, so that's why I'm not a very good troll. Hey, Curious Mate, how are you? Yes, sorry. Enough talk about these fictional characters. Let's talk about anime. You're very right, Jagged Abs. Thank you very much for pulling us back. So yeah, I think I already said Attack on Titan's gonna take it. I would give it to Naked Hero for that one. Okay, ending sequence. I don't really hang around for endings. I really couldn't do this one at all. I don't really hang around for endings at all. I'm very much generally when I watch an anime, because like generally I don't think endings stand up as well as openings anyway. The opening is to draw you in, and the ending is just kind of like often a weird tonal shift in a lot of ways that I don't really hang around for endings. Komi Can't Communicate, I remember its ending was nice enough, I guess. I don't even remember that one. I don't remember it at all. Don't remember My Heart Has Surrendered. So no, I couldn't even guess which one's going to win this one. I give it to Komi Can't Communicate because I'm like, at least I remember it, So I think that's probably going to be the long and short of that. Sorry, I don't really have a good time. At least Sado said you heard you went to court. No, that was my Chantel one where she went to have her court wedding, and I was just like, that looks like a courthouse, and I was like, well, I haven't really been to many, like, but I have seen our courts, and they look similar, So no, don't worry. I haven't been to court. I haven't done a Medicare and been caught drunk driving or anything like that. Don't worry. You're all okay. I'm still here. I've still got my freedom. Best score. I probably sound really weird, but because when I was watching Welcome to Raccoon City, getting ready for a review of it, I suddenly was just aware because I was watching other people and how they reviewed movies and all, and there's a couple of people I watch who like really go into the score and how it affects the movie, and I'm like, I must be tone deaf because I barely register the score unless it's like really big, you know. Unless it's like really, really big, then I'll like hear the score and I'll remember the score. Like for me, and say it's Kevin Penkin. Like this is like a score I have downloaded, and I will listen to Made in Abyss's soundtrack. And I think it even, I think if you listen to one of my earliest videos, if you could even hear it because my audio quality was so low, I think I had Made in Abyss playing in the background. It was one of Kevin Penkin's songs playing in the background at one point of it. Just because this back when I was trying to figure out what the best way to do my videos was, so I had a bit of a soundtrack in it. So for me, immediately it is just it's Kevin Penkin. I actually think this one has a good chance of winning because Made in Abyss's background score is so good. So I think it's gonna be it. Berserk score is good. Yeah, I like a big solid fantasy kind of score. That's one of the reasons why I think Attack on Titan might have a chance as well, because people do like the background score for Attack on Titan. But I think Made in Abyss, that's my pick, and I think it's probably gonna be the one that wins overall because people loved it so much. Best film, okay. Oh, there it is. There's the One Piece one that I was talking about. Deer King wasn't very good. I was actually meant to watch the Jujutsu Kaisen movie in cinemas with a bunch of my mates. But that's actually when I got COVID, so I couldn't actually go and see it. Dragon Ball Superhero, it was alright. It was alright. I think it was like a 6 or 7 out of 10, I think I give. It was fun, but it was like nothing special. Haven't seen Ino or Bubble. God, I don't even know what are those ones then. Fuck, I'd probably have to go for Dragon Ball Super because the Deer King wasn't great. I'll go for that one. I'm just going to assume, like I said, it might be another one where One Piece just gets it because One Piece doesn't get recommended for a lot, and there's obviously a big fan base. But Jujutsu Kaisen, I think probably is going to get it because it was probably the biggest movie that came out this year apart from One Piece. It's the one I remember everyone talking about. So I would assume Jujutsu Kaisen is going to win it. I'd put my vote in for Dragon Ball Super because I thought it was good fun. Best anime song. I immediately looked because I was like, I wonder if they're going to put Edge Runners here. I know it came from the game, but Superhero made the most money. Really? I don't know. I just would assume Jujutsu Kaisen would, especially in Japan. I'm surprised they got Charles Martinet to do Dragon Ball Heroes. Did they? I don't even know if that's true or not. Because I watched, for being a weeb, I obviously watched it in Japanese. Best anime song. I just want to go Chiki Chiki Ban Ban because I just thought it was so fun. But Uda, I remember that being really popular. I was kind of all over the place. My non-fiction I haven't even really heard being talked about anywhere, so I don't really think so, even though Kaguya-sama is really popular. I haven't even heard of this one whatsoever. I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about the music of Spy Family. So for me, I'd go for Chiki Chiki Ban Ban because I just enjoyed it so much. The Rumbling probably will get it once again for Attack on Titan. Best director. I'm not great on directors. I've never been great with staff or anything like that for it, so I'm probably not going to be the best person in the world to actually review this one. For me, I just have to go for probably Yusuke Hata. Hiroyuki Imaishi even. I don't know why I struggle so hard with that one. Yeah, I'll probably go for Hiroyuki. Yuichiro, I think he'll probably take it. Just once again, it's an Attack on Titan one. Started playing the K-On! Game for PSP. It's a good rhythm game. I didn't even know K-On! Had a game. I will have to look into this because I really enjoy K-On! I remember, I think it was Null, God, I think it was Null, randomly said, if someone has like a K-On! Thing, they're probably like lolly, and I'm like, that's mean because I really like K-On! I really like K-On! I feel bad. But no, I really enjoyed K-On! K-On! Was fantastic. I really liked the music. I thought the story was fun. I thought the characters were cool. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I don't know. I'm also not good at rhythm games. For me, it's a good idea for me not to try and play that. Best main character. Okay. God, why the fuck is Eren Yeager here? He's such a bad main character. He's so bad. You had found a month ago? Jesus. It is so good. It is such a good anime. Kaon's in top 10 anime? Attaboy. Or girl, I have no idea which one you are. I think Kaon's still listed as one of my favorites on my anime list. Season 2, I think I have listed. It's so fucking good. Main character. So, Bocchi, David Martinez, Lloyd Forger, Marine Kitagawa, Eren Yeager, Chisato Nishikigi. I don't really know a huge amount about her. Like I said, I haven't watched Licorice Recoil. Eren Yeager, I think, is a terrible main character. He is genuinely unlikable. He was okay in like the second and third season, I guess, but then, he totally shit the bed. Lloyd Forger, I know a lot of people like him, but I don't think he'd be enough to win Best Main Character. Dave Martinez, he's a very good main character. He's really likable. Bocchi is very likable, obviously, because, like, how do you not like him? He's a little prince that no one thought could do it because he's deaf, and everyone picked on him, and everyone made fun of him, but they didn't realize he could actually, like, lip read them perfectly, so he always knew what they were talking about and saying mean things about him. I really like Bocchi. I like him a lot. He'd probably be my pick, because he did kind of carry the anime. Like, all the characters in Ranking of Kings was very good. Were very good even. But I think Bocchi would win. Overall, favorite one, I think people will probably vote for David Martinez. He's a good character. He's an interesting character. He's fun. He's not really your stereotypical main character, and I think that kind of does a lot in his favor. Eren acts like a skill shooter. Eren does act like a skill shooter. I wouldn't trust him around like my puppies or kittens or anything like that, because I think you just strangle them. Best supporting character: Kage, Tengen, Yor, Rebecca, Anya. Okay, I didn't even look at the full picture before I started listing them, and I was surprised Yor was there instead of Anya. Anya's gonna win this. It's a given. There's no point even talking about it anymore. Everyone knows Anya's gonna win it because she's been memed to death, and people still think, "Lol, it's funny." Rebecca is incredible. She's such a good character, an interesting character. She's so fun. She's the heart and soul of Edgerunners. So Rebecca, it's easy for me. Kage is a good character. He has an interesting backstory and all, but I don't think he compares in any way to Rebecca. So sorry. But yeah, Anya's clinched that. There's no one who can stand against the might of the almighty lolly. Must protect at all costs character. It's Anya. There you go. It's Anya. Anya's gonna win. There's no chance whatsoever. Komi, she's popular. She was, if this vote happened 6 months ago, she may have had a chance. But since Anya came along, that's it. We're done. I like Bocchi. I think he's probably my favorite. So yeah, I'd vote for Bocchi. Anya's gonna win it. There you go. We don't need to waste time on that. Best action. Okay, this is gonna be harder. It's the same once again. Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Licorice Recoil, Spy Family, JoJo, Cyberpunk. I'm gonna go for Cyberpunk again. I thought the action, it was very visceral, very fun, over the top. I seen Tense have some whiskey. Ooh wee. I'm not tense. How dare you? But no, don't worry. I'm all good. I'm all good. I have a bit of a cold. That's why I have a lozenger. And I keep getting annoyed because it keeps getting stuck. It keeps getting stuck under my fucking lip, and it's really irritating. Like, work tomorrow? Yes, I have work in the morning. Sorry, just taking a drink there finally to moisten and lubricate myself there. Best comedy has to be Kaguya. Yeah, Kaguya is easily the best comedy. It's 100% gonna be listed, and it really should win. It's genuinely really funny. Best action. Like Cyberpunk for me, I think Attack on Titan is going to win. Spy Family, from the clips I've seen of it, does seem to have like solid animation. It works well for like the few action scenes that I've seen of it. But Attack on Titan's pretty much always guaranteed this more or less every single year. Demon Slayer is the only one that may even touch it. But I think Cyberpunk is the clear winner there. Best comedy. So yes, Kaguya. Yeah, just Kaguya. The Boy Come Wing was good, but I don't think it was like super funny. Spy Family, like I said, I haven't watched. Kotaro, I keep hearing like mixed reports on what the hell Kotaro is. A lot of people said it's actually kind of sad, but I don't know. I'm going from Another World. No. My Dress with Darling. Nah. Kaguya is. I would say it's going to win it, and I would say it'd be my choice as well. Best drama. Best drama. 86, Cyberpunk, Kotaro Lives Alone. See, that's why I said Kotaro Lives Alone. I've heard it's quite sad. It's weird. Author of Spy Family said he hates the characters. I haven't heard that. Why did he say that? Is it because people like ruined it by memeing the shit out of them repeatedly? I wouldn't even say Attack on Titan is a drama. It hasn't had actually any decent drama in a long time. Dance Dance Dinosaur, I've never even heard of that before. Made in Abyss has some good drama elements of it, but I don't think it's enough to really reach the point. I would go for Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, I think, had a lot of good dramatic scenes along with a lot of good action scenes. The thing about the Spy Family quote is it's taken out of context. Okay. I hadn't heard that one before. It might be true, it might not be true. I kind of think that'd be funny. I just like super sad anime. I'll never watch Promised Neverland. Promised Neverland isn't super sad. I never watched the second season of it because I'd already read, because once I finished Promised Neverland, I read the manga. And then I heard that the second season like totally deviated from the manga, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it ruined it because the manga's so good." And I'm like, the manga was good up to a point, and then the manga totally like shit the bed and died. But first season of Promised Neverland is very good, very good. Second season, I'll watch it at some point, but the manga already shit the bed, so I wasn't that fussed in seeing it. God, what was it? Super sad. I don't do super sad anime because a lot of them I just feel are melodramatic. It's like Angel Beats is one of the most popular like sad animes that have ever existed, and I just no. I watched it and I felt nothing. I thought it was totally lame. I disliked all the characters. I couldn't get into it at all. Watched The Wind Rises, Studio Ghibli movie. You'll cry. I never watched The Wind Rises. I didn't know it was a sad one. I thought The Wind Rises was about the creation of the Zero, the fighter plane from World War II. For treat watching season 2 of Promised Neverland? Nah. Like I said, I'll watch it eventually. Do I watch VTubers? I do. I watch VTubers. Not a huge amount anymore. I used to watch more than I do, but I don't have the time nowadays. So I mainly just watch clips nowadays of a couple of VTubers I like a lot, like Botan or Mio or something like that. Grave of the Fireflies is a go-to Tears Ghibli movie. Yes. I haven't watched it in a very long time. I'm sure it is just as sad as it used to be, but it's not really... What the fuck did I do? But it's I don't know, it's not really my bag. I don't really watch anime to try and feel sad anymore. There'll be some I'll watch that are sad and I'll really get a good kick out of that. But I'm trying to think of the last sad anime I watched that I enjoy. Like A Silent Voice, Koi no Katachi. Katachi even. I really like Silent Voice. I think it's meant to be shape of voice, but whatever. I really like that. I recently read through the manga of it, and it's so fucking good. It's so good. You met Zeta? Oh, cool. I've never watched Zeta. I don't really watch Hollow ID very much at all. I don't know. I just never have. I tried watching Risu. I watched some Mona. I watched some Ollie, and I don't know, just none of them really stuck with me too much. And then by the time ID3 came out, I just wasn't as really into it anymore. Best fantasy: Demon Slayer, Tensei, Ring of King, Case de Vanitas. I've never even heard of that before. Overlord 4, Main Abyss. I think Overlord 4 is going to win it because everyone loves Overlord so much. I really, really do not like Overlord. I watched the first season of it and I hated it. I hated the main character. I hated the pacing of it. I thought it was one of those anime, because there's a lot of anime do the overpowered main character. Wow, aren't they so cool? And God, no, it did nothing for me. Minor spoilers for like a 5-year-old season, if anyone really cares about the first season of Overlord, but episode 8, I think it was, and I think it was so bad I remember the episode. It was like episode 8, Ainzun Gul decides to go out and get revenge because like some evil people killed his party of humans who he was hanging out with, and he gets annoyed about it. So he goes to like get revenge, and it is like a fucking 15-minute long fight scene, and fight is in massive quotation marks, where he's basically just standing in place talking to the person as that person repeatedly tries to kill him, but he's too powerful so he can't die, and then he just kind of one-shots him, and that's the end of the episode. And you're like, God, I'd rather have drunk bleach than waste my time watching that. And then the big final fight scene, it was just once again, it's like, oh, I'm not really in any trouble. This is an easy enough fight for me. And it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I get it. Okay, wow, I'm so much fun. It's so fun. Got one of your friends in the future. He's always Mume all the time. Mume's fun. I don't know. I like Mumi a lot at the start. I think she's really fallen like one note for the last couple of times I've seen her. Yumoya, no, you're not overly it. We're 45 minutes in. We've just talked about the list so far. We only have 3 more to go, so actually no, you are late. You're 100% Yumoya. Where were you? That's entirely your fault. It's not my fault for only giving like a 25-minute notice for a stream because I just suddenly got the idea to do this. Originally I was just going to go live immediately, but I was like, oh, I might as well give some people a little bit of time to get ready for it. Want to be Saitama so bad. I don't even think it's that. There's been overpowered anime, characters for a long time. Saitama just takes the piss out of those people. It's like reincarnated as a slime. I think that one plays off the overpowered main character thing pretty well because at least Christ, what's he called? I don't remember what the slime's called anymore. Ramuru or something like that. He's good fun. I enjoy him as a character. He's interesting. He's funny. I also think it works better for good guys, than it does for kind of ambiguous, kind of bad guys. But I'm kind of good. Rimuru? Okay, thank you very much. But like Einstein goes like, oh, I'm evil, but am I? Oh, but I'm kind of bad, but I'm also kind of good, and it's all over the place. And it's like, nope, fuck it, don't care. Hey, Spicy Punk Rocker Mate, how are you? There's a couple of like all powerful animes this season as well. One in particular, I can't what was it called? It's like Beru or something like that, or Iuru. Where is it? This one, whatever the fuck. However you say that. I'm not compromising it. Reborn to master the blade from Hero King to Extraordinary Squire. It's a lot of fun. It's a gender bend one. It is a king is dying and on his deathbed. The goddess visits him and said, "You've been such a good king. You've represented me so well. You've looked after the people so well. What do you want?" And he goes, "I want to be reborn where I'm not the king, so I can like try to be as badass as possible and see how cool I really am without having to restrain myself by being the king." And then he's reborn. Possibly in the future, I think in the past, as like a baby girl, and then he grows up and he's just like ridiculously overpowered. And it's only 2 episodes in, but it's been really good fun so far because the character's fun, the comedy's actually good for it. It all kind of works into why he's like overpowered and ridiculous, and it's a lot more fun than Ainz Ghoul. But I will stop ranting about how much I dislike Overlord. Eventually, I will try to watch the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th season of it, and maybe I'll like it. But God, I don't see it. Best romance, Call the Night, Komi Can't Communicate, My Joseph Darling, Shikimori, Not Just a Cutie, Love After World Domination. I haven't even heard of that one. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Kaguya-sama's going to win it. Kaguya-sama's probably my vote as well. Komi Can't Communicate, I like the manga a lot more than I like the anime. The anime really didn't do a lot for me. The manga, I thought, communicated the lack of communication better, if that even makes any amount of sense. I think it worked better in a non-verbal way. So yeah, Komi can't communicate, very good, but nah, it's not. Manga would probably do better than the anime in my books. Kaguya-sama, that's going to be an easy one. I haven't even heard of Love After World Domination. Call the Night, I know it was a romance anime, but barely anyone talked about the romance part of it. They just talked about waifu. Best voice artist performance. These I'm going to be bad at, especially the English bit, because I don't watch dub anymore, because I just can't. Have you seen Eminence in the Shadows anime? I was excited for it to improve on the light novel, but I don't know if it will. I don't even think I've heard of that. Let me sec. Eminence in the Shadows? Sorry, I'm just going to grab this here and have a wee look. In the Shadows. No. When did it start? Oh, did it come out last season, is it? Yeah, it came out last season, so I haven't watched it. It's 7.9. It's rated fairly highly. But that depends on how much weight you really put into my anime list ratings, to be fair. Dude, for English, it's Ame. Yeah, I see she started doing voice acting. I want Pros D's going to be in that as well. Boof. We'll check this one out first. What was I going to say? I'll go into it, I guess, when I talk about the anime list here, but a lot of people on my anime list are just way too, way too nice about anime. I always find people got really pissy when you rate anything like under a 5, because there are just people on my anime list who just seem to think that anime is perfect. It is entirely impossible for an anime to be below average, even though, like, if you're rating things, you really should have ratings from 1 to 10, because you're rating things on it's everything's respective, if you have a 10, at some point there should be a 1. But I've seen people who will, they don't rate anything below a 6, and it's like, well, how is it a 6? What are you rating it against? Eventually something has to be a 1 out of it. Something that you've started watching and you can't even finish because it's so bad. That 1. Give that a 1. But there are a lot of people who are just like, no, well, I couldn't watch it and I hated every second of it, but had a good soundtrack, so 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10, yeah. It's really bad anime. 5 out of 10. It's like, I think you mean a 1 out of 10, bro. I think you mean 1 out of 10. But okay, whatever. Sure, 100% work away. But in the second only show I give a 10 out of 10 based in one season. I don't think I have too many 10s. Like I think I have got like fucking hundreds of completed anime on my anime list, I think, at this point. So I think I have maybe 20 10 out of 10s or something like that at this point. But yeah, I don't have a huge number. I think I probably have more 1s than I have 10s. For a long time, if I couldn't be arsed on anime, I just dropped it and I didn't score it. I think nowadays I'm going to start scoring them if I drop them, because I don't think it's fair, because it's giving an unfair advantage to those anime by just letting the weirdos who vote everything like an 8 out of 10 get to score it. Because if you look at the list here, like if you go by score, I'm already by score. I'm so smart. Highest rated 8.8, Vinland Saga Season 2. 8.5 goes sudden big drop down to 8. 7.9, blah 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 blah. Like, look at this. Like, every anime above this point is apparently at least a 7 out of 10. Like, that's over half the anime. That's over half the anime are a 7 out of 10. The majority then, pretty much a 7. 6.78, 6.74, 6.6. If you round them up, only like from Boku to Roboko, which I think is well above, like, it's not well above a 6. It's probably it probably is like a 7 or an 8. Because it's just short and fun. But like, God, look, there's only 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. There's only 9 anime out of something like 40 something that people think are under a 7. And the lowest, this one doesn't even have a score. This one doesn't have a score. This one doesn't. Oh yeah, sorry. Those 4 haven't even come out yet. Sorry. So 5 out of like the 40 something are under 7. 4 of them haven't even come out yet. Inu Ninata 5.6. I haven't fucking watched this one yet. I kind of was waiting till the end to watch this because I really don't want to watch it. This one is, and the ecchi title is correct for this one. This one is like a guy is reborn as like his crush's dog. And the entire show is like him as a dog being like, looking up the girl's skirt, accidentally sticking his nose in her underwear and stuff like that. It is weird. It is so fucking weird. Technoroid is really bad. I think it probably does deserve that rating. I don't even know what I give it in the end. I think I give it like a 4 out of 10 or something like that. Technoroid is very, very bad. Legend of the Heroes, I dropped that one too. I think that one's like a 4 out of 10 as well. Really bad. We'll get into it in a minute here. Like I said, I want to finish this list quickly, and then we'll get on to me talking about the recent anime came out. I know that's the one about, it's the one where the main character is a dog, and it is so bad. Hate the anime about the spoiled sister who transforms into chibi. Imoto, I think it's called. It's bad. I never watched it. I saw all the clips from it. I just was like, I don't need to see that. That looks incredibly annoying. I don't want to sit there and watch an annoying character. As a Raz, we simply have different tastes in garbage, so anything could be for anyone. That is also the thing you might like. There are people who are like, well watched, because they're anime like I have dropped, and I'm like, this is like a 3 out of 10 anime this season. I hated it. I genuinely didn't enjoy watching it. And there'll be people like, it was really 10 out of 10. That was really good. I liked when he said, I am the coolest guy in the world, and I killed everyone in one shot. That's so cool. And it's like, it was the most boring thing ever because he's killed everyone in one shot so far. And it's like, yeah, but I like that. That's fun. And it's like, okay, you do you, I guess. You know, you don't seem to want like storytelling in your anime. You just want a power fantasy. But all right, bro, you do you. Watch Sword Art Online, I guess. Best voice actor performance. I'm not even going to try and say half these names because I don't want to insult people. I haven't watched JoJo. I haven't watched the new season of this yet, and I don't know what character they're even playing. I wish they said the characters. Because I don't recognize names very well. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip this one. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so Amelie, yeah. Oh, Prosty, yeah, I was right. Prosty was going to be in it. I'm happy for that. Zach Anguilla, he voiced Dave Martinez, from what I know. Haven't watched any of those three in the dub. I saw Prosty showing his workout. Amelie, I haven't seen her in it. I saw her doing some voice lines for Uto, was it? The girl from One Piece. Yeah, I'd probably go for Prosty. I like Prosty a lot. I have to go for Prosty. I'm sorry. Amelie, I think it probably has a good chance. It's gonna be one of those two. It's gonna be Amelie or someone. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those two. But that is the list, guys. My very ill-informed opinion on all the anime. Maybe before I vote, I should go and quickly watch all the anime I missed just to make sure. But I don't think that will really matter. Hello, Arif. I love you. So we'll quickly talk about the list. We'll go from the bottom. We'll go from the bottom to the top. Why not? We'll go from the bottom to the top because that'll be more fun. I went too far. These are like the continuing ones. We'll go from the bottom to the top, and then we'll end the stream. Because like I said, it wasn't going to be a particularly long one tonight anyway. So, haven't watched Flaglia yet because it doesn't seem to have been released. It's meant to have already been released, but I don't know. It hasn't come out yet. Which I don't know, sucks, I guess, but it just won't be included in my list unless it does come out before I get the video out, and then I'll just quickly stick it in. That's second season, so I wasn't going to watch it. Precure is a long-running series, so I wasn't going to watch it. Fight Vanguard, that's a long-running series, I'm not going to watch it. I haven't watched that one yet, like I said, but oh my god, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. I think it'll be really fun to watch. I'm quite thankful it's a half-length episode. I was kind of disappointed because, like, you know, they bring out like 45 anime a season, and you usually hope like if you're gonna go plow through them all, a couple of them would be the short anime, but there's only 2 3-minute animes this time, which is really annoying because it means I have a lot to go through. I think one of the other animes is all the way down here. I probably won't talk about it then. It'll be in my video, but I'm not gonna go scrolling for it to try and find it because I don't remember what it's fucking called. Technoroid is an idol anime about androids. It is incredibly bad because it's like 4 generic interchangeable anime boys. It is just like, oh, do you like the Bishonen type, the pretty boy? Oh, well, we've got one of those. Oh, do you like the rough bad boy? Oh, well, we've got one of those. Do you like the quirky guy? Oh, we've got one of those. Oh, do you like the smart, sensible one with glasses? Oh, well, we've got one of those. And it's just the 4 of them. They meet the fucking kid who basically Seal Phantom Hive from Black Butler, and they just kind of hang out with him, and then the entire first episode is nothing. It is so boring. The androids just decide to join an idol competition, and suddenly, like, they're all terrible, and then they hear the kid hum a song, and then suddenly they all turn into idols who can sing perfectly because they heard him hum a song, and I say, okay, this is terrible. And then I didn't even, like, I was letting the ED play, and then just suddenly, just in the middle of the fucking ED, it cuts to like some drunk guy, and they help him up, and like a robot comes out and it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll take him home, and they're like, okay, bye, and like the robot leaves, and then for some reason, oh yeah, they have his hat, they find his hat in the ground, like, oh no, we have to chase after him, give him back his hat, and they go into like a factory that he got taken into just in time to see him get thrown into like a molten like steel furnace. And then the robot, like, Terminator 2's itself and throws itself off afterwards and melts into it. And it is just like, where the fuck did that come from? It is so out of left field. And it's just, it's so bad. The second episode, they're just randomly walking around being followed by the police because they're the main suspects, kinda. And they just find a dance teacher in an abandoned sinking building who just teaches them how to dance, and then they go to an idol competition. It is terrible. It is so fucking bad. I was really not sure if I should just do like a off the cuff like talk about it, like me just rambling like this for a couple of minutes each for the anime, or if I should do like a scripted thing. I don't know. I'm going to do a scripted thing for now, but we'll see. We'll see how it is, how natural it comes across. I think when I script things, I don't come across as naturally as I usually would. Card Fight Vanguard is thing. It's still selling cards, so it's never not going to be a thing, Aussie. What's a short anime about two schoolgirls? It has a short brown-haired one and a tall black-haired one. The short one is super violent. They have an old man version and a young girl voice dub. Oh, is that crap? Tall black-haired girl? No, actually, I don't know what that one is. The shorts anime that has that. I immediately thought it was like going to be like Tenru or something like that, whatever that was called. I think that was called like Tenru anime. Is it? That's just going to give me the Kankuli. Senyu, maybe. It's one. Is it the one where they play tennis? God, I can't. I will never be able to find this. I can't remember what that was called. I think if it's the one where they play tennis, I think I know what the one you're talking about. Pop Team Epic doesn't have a dark hair, but like one of them's blonde. What? Isn't one of them blonde? Pop Team Epic. Am I dumb? Yeah, one of them's blonde. It's because originally I was going to say Pop Team Epic, but then like, but then you said it was brown hair, and I was like, that's blonde. That's why it totally threw me. I blame everyone but myself here. Okay, I blame everyone but myself here in this situation. I feel like I'm totally immune from any form of criticism. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so this one is a sequel. It's the third season of something, so I didn't watch that one either. Okay, yes, anime. That's why I put anime like 7 times in the title just to make sure people knew, so people didn't show up and shout at me. She is blonde. I was going off of fucking. Okay, are you going to sue us? I might. I'm considering it. But only if you say I don't have cancer, and then I'm definitely suing you guys. Okay, just so you know, I might also get my YouTube rep to take you all down. Just so you know, just letting you know. Legend of Heroes. That is a video game series. I've never played any of the video games, and I decided to watch it, and I have no idea what's happening in it because they don't set up their own world in any way. They just don't set up the world in any way, so I don't understand what's happening. And there's weird fake out because they show like a girl watching her village burn, and she's all like, "Urgh," and then they cut to like a bunch of soldiers fighting things, and there's a dog that has a big sword in its mouth, which is kind of fun. And they have like a soldier who's like 2 feet shorter than everyone else and doesn't speak the entire time, and they drag it out for about 5 minutes, and it's like, it is obviously the girl. Why are we trying to pretend? And then they just big dramatic reveal, like the helmet gets split open and the hair falls out, and I was like, oh, there's a girl, and I'm like, yeah. Like, we've only seen one character this entire anime, and then you're trying to like bait and switch and be like, oh my god, it's a girl? It's like, yep, it's a girl. Yeah, it's a girl, guys. No shit. Has this weird thing where they just repeatedly keep getting like told off for like doing good things. Like, she notices a bunch of creatures attacking a village and runs off and stops them, and then gets in trouble for like leaving the column even though she saved the village. And then they get attacked by a bigger monster, and they're told to retreat. But then they get attacked, and like they're nearly getting killed. And then she rushes forwards instead of retreating and kills the creature. And then they're like, "Oh my god, you shouldn't have done that!" Even though she saved everyone. It's really bizarre. No, okay, I don't have cancer. I was making a boogie joke. Bokuto Roboco is fun. It is an anime where like cute robot maid girls are like the norm, and everyone loves them all across Japan, and everyone has cute robot maid girls, but this boy is like poor, so he can't afford it, so he ends up like convincing his mom finally to buy it, and they buy like a bargain bin one, and they get like a big muscular like doll, like a maid girl who like beats people up and throws people to the moon. It's quite funny. It's only like a 4-minute episode. Sorry, had a burp there. It's only like a 4-minute episodes. If it was like a normal length anime, the joke would die way too quickly. But yeah, no. Hey y'all, could you please donate to my totally life-saving fund? I'm in severe lack of Bishonen, flamboyant pretty boys, and need a switch. Of course, kidding. Lol. No, you're not, Yamoya. Everyone needs more Bishonen in their life. Mononokegatari. I keep saying Mononokegatari because obviously Mononoke, but you know, Mononokegatari is. I was kind of hard on it when I saw the first episode, because I think the first episode isn't great. The second episode is considerably better. It is Nijion animation. That's the other one I was thinking about. It's a good anime. The first episode really lets it down. The second episode is more solid, but not like super amazing or anything like that. But I'm glad I kept it up. I'm gonna keep watching now just because of this. But it is very similar to this anime, Ayakashi Triangle. Both of them are about like a main guy who's Mononogatari. I just every time I say it, there's always too many O's at some point in it. Do you like anime tomboy girls? I like tomboys in general, in real life as well. If you're going to talk about Tomo-chan, I will talk about Tomo-chan in a second. I think Tomo-chan is a pile of shit. But Mononogatari is, it's solid enough. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I might drop it after the next episode if it doesn't stay as good as the second episode was and goes down to how bad the first one was. But it's pretty much, these two are very similar in it. It's about like a guy who's an exorcist and fights demons, and the other one, Irish people and their excessive use of the letter O. We're well known for it. O'Blimey Stone, O'Reilly. And both of them do it very differently, because Mononogatari is kind of dark and gritty and edgelordy and lots of blood and people die. It's all about being angry and stuff like that. Ayakashi Triangle is far funnier, but also worse. It is magical sex shift, as it says there. It is about a girl who's like super high spirit energy. So like this demon king arrives because he wants to eat her, because he's like, oh my god, she's got super high spirit energy. If I eat her, I'll become even more powerful. And her like childhood friend is a ninja, and he shows up to defend her, and he's about to beat the Demon King by sealing his power away, and the Demon King's like, shit, I'm about to be beaten. Well, do you know what? I'm going to fuck you back. I'm going to cock block you, so I'm going to turn you into a girl so you can't sleep with the girl. And that is the anime. The entire second episode, there's like I think there's like 17 upskirt shots in the second episode, and there's like a full 5-minute scene of like the main character in their girl form, naked, chasing people around. It is awkward and weird, and it's terrible, but it's it is funny because the main character got cock blocked by an angry cat because he beat him in a fight. It is so fucking dumb. Blarney Stone, it's the Blarney Stone for everyone. Nijion animation is like a 3-minute short. It is about an idol group, I think, in a school. Yeah, it's an idol club. There are fucking however many characters you see here in it. I don't remember a single one of them, because they all got introduced one after the other in a 3-minute anime, and I do not remember any of them. It was really dull, really bad. I don't remember anything that happened in the first episode. I think they just walked around, introduced themselves, and like I said, that was a blur. And the second episode was 2 characters. I don't remember which 2, because they're all the same character. Had a pop quiz, and it was so boring. Spy Classroom is so fucking bad that it's kind of entertaining, because it is just so. But the first episode is boring. The first episode is genuinely boring. It is one of those ones where it's like their teacher is like the greatest spy in the world. He's training like 7 high school girls to become spies so they can go and infiltrate the rival country. And the 7 girls are all the worst in their class. For some reason, he picked them. They think it's a suicide mission, so they're the girls think they've been picked, so they're disposable pawns and they can die, whilst he can go on and win. But it's one of those ones where he's always like 17 steps ahead of everyone, and it's really boring. But then the second episode is just a clusterfuck, because everything is so fucking stupid. If he's a super spy, why doesn't he do it himself? Okay, I haven't got to the bit where the mission's happening, because the second episode ends just before they start the mission. I have no idea why not, because everyone is useless. The whole backstory is his old team tried to do the mission and failed already, but they only failed because he wasn't there, because he's so good at everything. He teleports, he's amazing, he's such an unlikable character because he's just so boring as well. It's terrible. But the second episode is just a fucking nightmare, because none of it makes sense. They're trying to be really smart. Assassination Classroom. It is Assassination Classroom. Because there's a bit in it, Thomas, where he just randomly goes, your training is you have to train to beat me. And I was like, this is just Assassination Classroom. It's exactly the fucking same. Then they never did. They never beat him. They just end. The story they just go like, They just go like, oh, we should all work together and be friends and then we'll win. And everyone's like, yeah. And then it just cuts to them on the mission. It never shows them training. It never shows them training. It never shows them working together. It never shows them beating them. It just jump cuts a month in advance, and then they're on the mission. And then they go. They go down in 2 different teams, but one of the teams is like the 2 lolly characters, the main girl and someone else, and then the other team is like the other characters. I don't know any of the characters because they're all like the same person. And they go down in 2 separate teams, so they don't raise suspicion, but then immediately meet up the second they get in the train station on the other side and start working together. And it's like, how did you just not draw attention to yourself? There's like a bunch of scenes where the main girl who has silver hair hangs out with the other 2 girls who have silver hair, and since none of them have any personality, and I don't know any of their names, because they all got introduced like one after each other as well, so I don't know any of them, and I only could tell them apart because of hair color. Then they made a team that is all 3 silver-haired girls, and I was like, I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. I got so lost, and I felt so fucking stupid. Rogo, I have not watched. Hyokan, I have. It is the Iceblade Sorcerer shall rule the world. It is fucking bad. It is like every magic like high school anime you've ever seen. It's Asterix War. It's irregular Magic High. This guy is like the greatest sorcerer swordsman person who's ever existed ever, and he joins a magical high school, but everyone hates him because he's an ordinary, so he doesn't come from a noble family, so everyone looks down on him except like all the love interests who all just are like, it's fine, I don't care that you're just a commoner, I don't that doesn't bother me, because they all want to fuck him because he's just so cool at everything. It is just like, okay. Every fight he wins in one shot. There's like the entire second episode is him just like, because he does like 17 things. It's so often. Do you go to Japan to learn how to make your own Irish anime? I might do that as part of my Patreon, or I might make a Kickstarter so I can go and make an Irish anime. I don't know what we'd make it about. I don't think there's anything overly interesting in Ireland's ever happened. I don't know if the Troubles anime would sell overly well. The part of mentioning sounds exactly like Negama. Do you know what? Yeah, actually kind of does. But it also sounds like, I think, 3 billion other magic high school anime. Potatoes, obviously, forgot. We should make one about the sentient potato uprising. It's like Attack on Titan. All the Irish villagers have, like, walled off their villages, and the potatoes are coming to get them. There you go. Potato drought. That just kind of sounds like the Grave of Fireflies. You might as well. The Grave of Fireflies just replace, I don't know, World War II with the potato famine. Boom. There you go. It's basically exactly the same thing. But yeah, it's just really bad. The main character is... I don't want to be mean. He unironically comes across as incredibly autistic. There is a scene where he walks over and there's a girl like looking at bugs on the ground, and he walks over and goes, "Oh, what are you looking at?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just looking at some bugs." And she's like, "Oh, you probably think I'm weird. Everyone thinks I'm weird for liking bugs." And he goes like, I think it's like a direct quote. He says, "No, I think it's incredible that you're interested in bugs." And she's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yes. I would love to discuss with you all of the bugs that I have seen before in my life." And she's like, "I would love that." And I'm like, is this real? Is this real? Like, is this actually real? He doesn't talk like a human. He walks up to girls and like, because usually these things, it's all like, will they, won't they harm things. This guy just seems like totally non-sexual. He will just walk up to a girl and she's like talking to him. He goes like, and she'll say, "I'm really self-conscious about my ears." And he goes, "No, I think your ears are lovely, just like the rest of you." But he's not doing like any form of sexual way. He is just like, there's no filter. He just says things. And he just like, "No, I think you are the most beautiful person I have ever seen. Thank you, goodbye." And then just walks off and you're like, okay. He joins both the Manly Man Hunting Club, where they all sit around like just shirtless, flexing their muscles, and then he just immediately goes from the Manly Man Flexing Club, where they just flex, to like immediately go to the Tea Party Club to join the Tea Party Club, because I think they need to show that he's good at everything, and also it allows him to meet other love interests. I guess it is. It's so fucking bad. Tell My 30s, haven't watched that one yet. Moe Ippon, I haven't watched that one yet. No Kamonotachi no Yori. I've seen that one. It's the most recent one I watched. It is It's fine. It's fine. It is. It's like I said earlier. It's about an orphan girl. She is living in an orphanage. The priest is like a creepy weirdo. She makes friends with a furry. Is a furry cat demon who shows up at her window every night and hangs out with her. And then she gets sold to a sadomasochist pedophile who wants to like torture her, and she immediately, like, literally the second she walks into his mansion, he leads her to the sex dungeon, and it is just, it's so weird. The furry shows up and saves her. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I'm gonna give it another episode just to see how weird it gets. But that's the kind of the long and short of that anime. It's so weird. She has a brother who's a super priest exorcist guy who's like hunts demons, and he's like, I thought it was gonna be okay. This is gonna be like a while before they end up meeting each other. It's going to slowly build because she hasn't seen her brother in years and she's looking for him, and he hasn't seen her in years and she's looking for her. And it's like, no, just halfway through the second episode they bump into each other and she's just kind of okay about it. She doesn't really react too much, and then by the end of the second episode they've parted ways again. You're like, all right, okay, cool, all right. I haven't seen The Great Snow Sea, haven't seen Unite Up. Revenger is solid. Revenger is kind of bloody, kind of dark. It's set in kind of feudal Japan, mixed with a bunch of like kind of like magic-y-ish stuff. It seems a bit silly and over the top in places, but it is just about like a team who takes revenge for people, and it's kind of weird because a lot of time they're like overly religious about it, and they say that he's a bad person because he murdered someone, even though their job is very much to just kill people. What happened to good storytelling? I feel like I actually tried in the past. Yeah, well, I think anime tried more when there was like less anime, but now there's like 45 anime a season, so they just kind of just throw out any amount of shit just to fill time spots. It's just like any normal club. Does he go to the Tea Club shirtless as well? Unfortunately not, sad dog. I would have enjoyed that. He does get shirtless at one point during, because he goes in, he does their garden for them, and he gets shirtless, and the girls come up and touch his muscles, because he's the coolest guy ever. So yeah. But Revenge is fine. It's just weird when the Revenge Club like get upset that he murders someone in revenge. They get upset about that and call him like a murderer, even though their job is to quite literally murder people, even if those people haven't killed anyone. It's just like, this person has, like, they took all my money, I want them killed. It's like, oh, okay, we're being paid to murder this person, so I guess we'll go and murder them. And then they go and murder them, but they see him as a bad person for killing someone who did like I don't want to spoil it because I think it is a good anime, like a really bad thing. And I was like, okay. Giant Beasts of Ours, really bad. I think it was like probably the first anime I watched this season, maybe. No Ayakashi Triangle wasn't in Monogatari, which is kind of ruined it because they're one after each other. Giant Beasts of Ours it's really bad. It is a 52 anime all merged together in a really haphazard way. It's one of those fantasy worlds that has like a really bad way of telling telling the story and showing the world, because they have fucking like spaceships and they also fight with swords. So I have no idea what technological level they're meant to be on. What's the anime where the little kid is constantly cleaning around these big guys and asked not to be killed while smiling? I have no idea. What's the anime where the little kid is constantly cleaning around these big guys and asked not to be killed while smiling? I'm sorry, I have no idea. That doesn't even like give me a flicker of something in my mind. Sorry, Lisa, unfortunately I can't help you there. What else? I haven't watched the Oni-chan. I've heard that one's really weird. It's like a guy gets like, I think he gets turned into a little girl or something like that. He's a erotic game loving dude. He woke up one morning as a woman, and his little sister turned him into her little sister. I assume it's going to be really creepy because I saw there's an uncensored version of it. So like the second I saw that, because it's not even listed as ecchi, it's listed as a comedy. But if there's an uncensored version of it, surely it must be weird. Sorry, one sec, guys, my throat's dry up here. Need a co-host, bring on Poogie on for in-depth analysis. That's the thing. Well, he probably gives as much information as I have, because like, especially for the Anime Awards where I hadn't seen half of them, you know. Benenia Saito-san, solid. It's just good fun. It's 4 Koma. They're very short little stories over and over again. some handyman gets isekai'd to a new world where it is pretty much just him kind of like dandering around with the few tools that he has, just kind of just doing odd jobs. He joins like a D&D group and goes around and helps them by lockpicking doors and opening chests and stuff like that. It's fun. It's pretty straightforward. There's a senile wizard character in it. He's probably my favorite. There's one bit where he like gets confused because he's so old he thinks he's dead, so he joins a zombie army and attacks them. It's silly. It's short. It's fun. It hits pretty hard because it is just like bang, bang, bang. There's no like breathing room. It just kind of goes through the 4 coma aspect really well, and yeah, I highly recommend it. I think it's one of the more fun ones this year. One sec. Hikari no Oyu. It's solid. It's an interesting art style. It's pretty dark and bleak and grim. A little girl is out in the woods one day. I think her mom had just died, so she's out like visiting the grave. Is in the woods, gets attacked by a monster. Some guy called the Fire Hunter shows up, helps her, but gets killed, saving her. So now she is left with his special weapon and his dog, and she is sent back to the capital to return it because the dog won't go out near anyone else because it's bonded to her now. This is living in a world after human civilization has collapsed because of, I don't know, global warming, pollution, all that malarkey, and humans have been punished by God, so they can't use fire, so they have to hunt a special kind of like fire energy that they can use. Only the first episode's out so far. It's interesting, it's dark, I really like the art style. I highly recommend it. Kind of want to see the second episode off before I give a full recommendation. But yeah, nope, 100% is pretty good. Second season, haven't watched that. The Garden one, I heard that one's pretty popular, but I haven't watched it yet. Trigun Stampede is a remake of Trigun. It has like a CGI art style, which is, it's good, it's fun, it's expressive, but it's just not as good as the original Trigun if anyone watched it. Big would watch anime if it would make him align better against conservatives. Probably if anime was more woke, I think he'd probably jump on the bandwagon. I don't think he's ever talked about it, has he? I'm sure if he had ever watched it, he would have talked about it at some point, because it's not like he has a lot of hobbies. Okay, as Boogie talks about pedophilia, there's definitely a few anime that deal well. Well, I already did mention the Nekomono one, which has the creepy priest and the pedophile guy who likes to torture little girls. Maybe you could get in on those. Trigun Stampede, like I said, it's just not as fun. The Vash, it was more fun in the original. The original kind of slowly weaved out the storyline and the characters and let you introduce to them. And I don't know, Trigun just kind of starts off hard. They just randomly stumble upon him just in the middle of the desert, and then hang out with him and instantly know he's the guy they're looking for because they have a picture of him. What's the original? They kind of hinted that he might be the guy, and you kind of knew he was, but they did it in an interesting way where it took like 5 or 6 episodes where they finally realized it actually was him that they were looking for. Tsundere one, it's fun. It's a like if you're watching a Let's Play. It's pretty much that. You're watching an anime where 2 people are doing a Let's Play of a video game, but accidentally, somehow, their voices reach the characters in the game, and they try and change the game so that one of the characters doesn't die. It's a fun enough wee idea. I'm sad Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is this high up. Okay, speaking of pedophilia, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is about a world where fairies and humans just coexist until the humans decided to revolt and kill all the fairies and then take the rest as their slaves. And this little girl makes sugar apple candy. Her mom dies, so she decides to go to the royal fair to try and become like a master candy maker for the special sugar candy that is being made that's super special to elves. So her mom always said, because you make sugar candy, it should be nice to elves because they give it to the humans or something like that. She shows up in the first village just in time to see a fairy being tortured, saves the fairy, and then realizes, whoa, the world's a really dangerous place. I should buy a slave. So she goes to buy a slave warrior fairy to protect her. For some reason, the slave fairy she buys is 6 foot tall, whilst all the other fairies are 3 inches tall, and this is entirely because this fairy and her are incredibly flirtatious and weird, and the girl keeps saying, "I'm 15 years old. That means I'm legal." and the fairy is like hundreds of years old, and they're a really weird dynamic where they keep like getting super close to each other, and he keeps like pinning her up against walls, and then she asks him, can you go and save that person, please? Because, like, someone's being attacked. And he's like, no, I will only save that person if you threaten me. If you tell me that if I don't do it, that you'll rip my wings to shreds and kill me and tear out my heart. And it just comes across like he has, like, a mommy fetish. And he wants to be dominated by this 15-year-old girl. And he keeps going, no. Order me to do it. Yeah, tell me if I don't do it, I'm a bad boy. And she's like, geez, what the fuck am I watching? It's so bad. I'm gonna watch the third episode of it just to see how much weirder it fucking gets. It's so fucking bad. Haven't watched the Ice Guy one. It actually looks really good. It's about a guy who has like ice magic powers, and there's only like one person he can handle. It sounds good. I just don't understand why anime can't make like female characters 18 plus. Well, the reason is like, a lot of anime, like, are aimed at teenagers, and that's why a lot of them are teenagers. A lot of anime are based on, like, high school, because in Japanese culture, once you're 18 and out of high school, you are just like, okay, get a job. You don't have the same freedom, you can't do the same things. It's why most anime generally make their characters in the range of, like, 16 to 18, because it's, like, high school age. You know, and that's why they generally aim for that kind of age range. Most characters are aged 16 to 18. I think the girls in K-On!, despite how, like, childishly they're drawn, I think the girls in K-On! Are, like, 17 and 18, you know? They just look a lot younger, you know? Sailed along the Sun Pirates to reach her hometown. Later, she joined the Revolution Army, becoming a fisherman, karate assistant, instructor, and a high-ranking officer. Okay. Our artist right. It's One Piece, and the slave girl I'm referring to is Quill. Okay. Like I said, I've read some of One Piece, but I haven't got like super far into it. So okay, cool, 100%. There you go. I'm glad. At least I'm glad that you found your answer. Like I said, I'm a bad person to talk to because I haven't been super up for it. Nagatoro, I haven't even watched the first season. I read quite a bit of the manga, and I just kind of gradually lost interest as time went on. Haven't watched that one yet. I already talked about this one earlier on. It's good fun. It's just silly. It's like a power fantasy one, but it's just cool. The only character in K-On! I generally thought acted their age was Mio. Yeah, like Yui and Ritsu, they both were pretty over the top and kind of childish. Like Mio was quite sensible. Mugi sometimes acted her age, I guess, as well. She was like the posh one. High Card is fucking bizarre. High Card's bizarre. It starts with like a castle being raided, and I was like, okay, this is like a fantasy thing. Then it wasn't, because then like gunships and Tomahawk cruise missiles started showing, so it's like, okay, it's modern then. Some person like breaks in using magic, and they steal a briefcase, and then they're flying away in a helicopter, and like the sky gets angry and starts to scream, and then a wind blows, and the briefcase blows open, and the playing cards fall out, and in Dragon Ball Z, and shoot off in all directions to land in mystery places across the country. And like every one of the cards of these deck, every card has a different power attached to it. So like the person who finds the card gains that power. And you have, and like there's like the lamest powers. Like one girl gets a katana. One guy can shoot vines out of his hand that he controls. One guy is just immortal. He has no other special powers. He just can't die, which I guess is a decent power. But, you know, it's not like Superman level. One guy, what was it? One guy just gets stronger, and he gets impenetrable skin, which, you know, is a decent power as well. Then there's a guy who's just super lucky. Like, everything goes his way, and, you know, cool, 100%, that's a fine power. But the main character, his special power is he gets a gun. That's just it. He activates his special ability, and a gun just appears in his hand. It's like a fucking revolver. It's just like, okay. It's so funny when they're riding in the battle, and they're going like, oh, I'll activate my special power. And then he just, like, activates his power, and a gun just appears in his hand, and it's like, mate. He just has a gun. He then shoots the guy who's, like, immortal, and it doesn't do anything because he's immortal, and you're like, oh, okay, it's kind of a pointless thing. Then he shoots the guy who has, like, impenetrable skin, and it doesn't do anything because he has impenetrable skin, and you're like, bro, Why are you here? Yeah, America. Yeah, I think that's a joke I wrote down in my script. It's like, congratulations, your main character is useful as a toddler in Texas. It's just like, what? It's just, I laughed so hard every time. It made me think of the Danny DeVito clip, and then I started blasting. Because that's just him. He just like pulls out a gun. Everyone else, every other character in this entire anime has a gun because they're all working for like the government or the police or like gangsters or military, everything like that. Everyone else has a gun. Most have bigger guns than him. He just has like a revolver and he just pulls it out and just wades in and is like, okay, cool. Nier, I haven't watched yet. I haven't even played any of the games because it's not really, I don't really like hack and slash kind of spectacle fighters. Not really my bag. I was gonna watch that, but seeing that anime made the black guys less larger than the game art makes me reconsider. What was that one in? The game art? What, high card? Is there a black character in it? Oh, that one. Alright. He hasn't appeared yet at the point I'm at, so I wouldn't know. Tomo-chan. This is one I heard about a lot in the build-up for it because, you know, I like a good tomboy. Tomo-chan is unbearably annoying. Tomo, the main girl in it, she just screams a lot and punches people and shouts a lot, and that's it. It's not really that fun. She's not really a likable, interesting character. The whole bit of it is that she is in love with the main guy who is so boring I don't even remember his name. June, thank you. And she likes him, but she like confesses her love to him at some point, but he doesn't reciprocate it because he doesn't even see her as a girl because she acts too masculine. And that's the whole premise of it. And then about 10 minutes into the first episode, her best friend character just says, oh, well, what would you be upset if she got a boyfriend? And then he suddenly gets upset about the idea of her getting a boyfriend, and then starts getting really jealous of any guy being near her, and starts getting really possessive of her, and then looking at her tits and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, so like the premise is gone. He's now attracted to her. So what's the story? What's the story here now? Because the story was that he didn't recognize her as a girl, so he didn't reciprocate her love request. So now he sees her as a girl 10 minutes later. So what's, well, where do we go from here? There's a character called Carol, who is considerably more fun. She is just weird, and she's just really funny and really goofy. And I've seen her memed a few times now, and I hope people meme her more because she is just fun. Even in the English dub, because I went and listened to the English dub as well just to see what it was like, and she's even the best character in the English dub. The show was like, the first episode was like a 3 out of 10, and I just didn't care. And then I was so done with it, and then Carol showed up, and I'm going to watch the third episode just because Carol showed up. If she's not that much in the third episode, I'm just going to drop the show because I don't care. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? I'm going to have to go to Oki here and say I have a gun. Carl's the same voice actor in this dub and sub. I thought that was the case because she did sound exactly the same. She did sound exactly the same because like in the sub she is she's meant to be English anyway. But I don't think in the sub she ever said any English words, so it makes sense. I thought it was just really good casting. But nope, makes sense then 100% because they do sound exactly the same. I don't know. I'm going to have to go... teleporting would be good. Teleporting would be a good one, Thomas. Misuzu and Carol are so funny. That's the thing. Carol has better chemistry with every character than Tomo does. Tomo, with the main guy, just screams at him a lot and punches him. With the blonde guy, I don't remember what he's called, she just punches him, flips him and stuff like that, and that's it. With Mizu, she just whines a lot. Carol is fun every time. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know what superpower I'd have. Teleporting sounds fun. Teleporting sounds really useful, but flying probably is fun. You wouldn't be as fast as teleporting, but you get to fly, so maybe that. And hey, Daniel and Helly White, greetings from Northern Ireland. How are you guys doing? So yeah, if Carol's in it more, I'll probably keep watching it just because Carol is so fun. I really hope she gets me more. I wish she had an anime to herself instead of getting stuck in this bullshit love story between these two fucking nothing characters. My favorite bit, is when Tomo in the second episode is wearing a skirt on a train and she sits down beside the main guy, but suddenly, because like he was getting all anxious about her because he suddenly recognized she was a girl, but they're sitting like hips pressed together, and suddenly he doesn't mind anymore, but she now minds, and she decides, no, I'm just going to stand up, and she stands up, and then she starts getting groped by like a molesty guy, like an old guy on the train, and then he tells her off for wearing a skirt, because she's like, well, if you don't want that to happen, you shouldn't wear a skirt, and I'm like, holy fuck, bro. He comes across like a psychopath. It's so fucking weird. Oh god, it's so weird. No, couldn't do it. Sequel. The cooking one I haven't watched, but it's pretty high. Buddy Daddies is good. I don't know if I'd like Buddy Daddies as much if I hadn't watched if I had watched Spy Family, but everyone was saying Buddy Daddies is the like LGBT version of the LGBT version of the Spy Family, but it's really not. Because everyone just kind of assumes that these two are like a gay couple and they have like a little girl. It's not the case. These two are hitmen who just live together. They end up getting the little girl by just kind of like random bullshit, and it is dumb. But the little girl is really cute. It's really fun. Before she shows up in it, it's kind of like, it's alright, it's an okay anime, I guess. But once she shows up, especially in the second episode, and she's just kind of fanning around, it's good fun. Biggest problem with it is, if you are here for like the Hitman aspect of it, you want to sequel equal bad snobs? No, I'm just watching every new anime this season, so I'm not watching any of the sequel ones for my little like review thing, where I'm just reviewing the first 2 episodes of every sequel. Sorry, of every new anime, because if I included the sequels, there'd be way more, especially because a lot of them I haven't like seen the original of, and I don't want to have to go and watch like the original season of it to go then. Have you heard there's a Christian version of Saw movies? That sounds fantastic. I need to look that up. That sounds really fun. What do? Do they pray to get out of their traps or something like that? Watch Sweetness and Lightning. I didn't really like Sweetness and Lightning. If it's what I remember being, is that the one where it's like a dad? There's a lot of cooking in that, like a lot of cooking in it. But for Anya, because actually can help the main characters in the missions. Yeah, I think it's Miri. It's not Mari, it's Miri, I think it is. I don't remember too well. Oh yeah, there's Miri there. She's written there. Or there. Boop. She doesn't really help. Anya, I heard, like, has powers or something like that, and that's why she can help out. Miri just kind of gets in the way. The problem is, if you watch it for the Hitman aspect of this, it's really dumb. It's really dumb. There's a bit where they, like, in the first one where they had to sneak into a party, so they like come with, pushing one of those little trolleys, and they have like a box on top of it and like a drape over the side of it, and like the guards check the box and see it's a cake inside, and then let them up, but they don't check under the drape, so that like there's like a guy just sitting under the drape on the trolley with a gun. And it's like, it's that simple, even though they're talking about how like, tight security is. And it's like, oh no, he just kind of got wheeled in. Oh, okay, that's cool. And then for the next mission, they're like, oh, we can't snipe him because there's mountains all around his house. And it's like, well, mountains being around his house probably makes it, so it sounds like it's easier to snipe him. But then when like it goes bad and they need help in the mission, he just then snipes through the window anyway. And you're like, you literally just said you couldn't snipe because of X, Y, and Z, and that's why you had to do this big elaborate plan. And then when the plan goes sideways, you just use a sniper rifle then. So like, what the fuck's happening here? It didn't work. And then no, I haven't seen that. So that's the list of ones I've seen so far. Like I said, I got a fair few more now. It's more than I thought it was to watch, and then I'll probably try and plow through that over the next 2 days, and then hopefully get like a review out this weekend, and that should be fun. It should be fun. It'll be a bit different from my from my usual content, but fuck it, why not? Also, it's good to Stormtrooper aim. Everyone has Stormtrooper aim when they're aiming at any of the main characters, and this one is a bit goofy. Sweetness and Lightning is a fine enough anime. It didn't really do much for me, but whatever. I can understand people liking it. I saw it not long after a different anime that was very similar, where people were doing the whole must protect our smile. I think it might have been, maybe Sweetness and Lightning was that. But I thought there was another anime that came out around the same time where everyone was like, must protect that smile, and do that whole thing. But I think that's probably it. I watched The Angel Next Door, Spoil Me's Rotten. Oh, that one. That one's really cool. Yeah, it's rated pretty highly. I haven't watched it yet. I'm kind of working upwards through the list, I guess, towards like the more highly rated ones. Probably a bad idea. Probably should have done like good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, but then watch the old Trigon and the new one. I've never seen the movie, Rumble in the Badlands, and I've never finished the original. I got about halfway through, and I was just like, I've lost interest here entirely. I wouldn't even recommend the new one. The animation quality is fine. The new Junji Ito anime yet? Is that this one? Because it's not out yet. Well, it says. Well, sorry, one sec. My mouse is flipping out here. It says it's out, but I haven't seen it anywhere. The main MC reminds me of you. Oh, okay. Snafu. I've never seen. That's a certain romantic snafu, isn't it? I haven't seen a certain romantic snafu. I think it's an ONA. Oh, okay. ONA. Made My Day is one I'm kind of gonna watch, I guess. It's gonna be on Netflix. It's one of the CGI anime ones, but Netflix's CGI anime haven't had a great track record. I think the ACA, I think it was ACA, was a pretty fucking bad one that came out a wee while ago. Oh, this one. Is it out yet? No. Well, it would have just come out. The first one would have just come out. Studio Dean. I have watched a few of Junji Ito's like adaptation ones. It's not. I don't think his art style really transfers very well, because his art style really works. Apparently streaming on. Is that the? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about My Way? Make My Day? Reconciliar. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna check see what that is. Reconciler. No, I've not seen it before. Restream first. I'm not going to restream for you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to restream for you. I am actually starting to get really tired, so I'm probably going to wrap it up here, guys. Like I said, I saw this came out, and I thought, why not? I'll quickly talk about it, because I was going to have a look at it anyway. Could be fun to have a wee chat about anyway. And then just, why not? We'll talk about the winter anime I'd seen so far. But yes, guys, I think I'm going to end it here, because I'm getting tired. Like I said, I do have work in the morning, so I'll leave you here, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I hope you all had fun. But that's going to be us, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.